GG's in the chat. GG's in the chat. GG's in the motherfucking chat, bruv. Look at this. Day 7 CWL, 30 minutes left. All green at the bottom. GG's. And the clan that we're facing in the 7th day is actually the 2nd place clan. And we done smoked the ops on day 7, bruv. Look at this. We actually went into the day 12 stars ahead of them. But let me explain how we got here, basically. So obviously, let's pull the stats up. We dropped a total of 6 stars throughout all of CWL. Pretty W if you ask me. And let's start it off. So let me walk you through what happened. So obviously, first day, easy clan, easy win, perfect day. Second day, someone dropped a star. And if you want to see who that someone is, of course it was your boy. Your boy had to go and drop the star, failing against a terrible base, I might add. And let me just times 4 this so you can see what the fuck happened here. So we actually get a really good RC charge. We go straight down the middle, redirect, revenge towers out, rage compartments all gone, and then we get a nice recall. We don't about get the Fox because of the Giga Bomb. We get the recall, and this is where it all goes wrong, boys. So what messed up with this attack was just the deployment of the dragons. Look at this, and you'll see why. You might be thinking there's nothing wrong with this, but just look at the funnel here. The funnel was not set, and we just get the most horrendous dragon split of all time. So they're taking damage on some high HP defenses. Probably should have popped the ability a bit sooner, but I just sent the RC in now, and then I popped the ability now, which was honestly alright, but look at this split. We've got 3 dragons going to the side here, and the rest of them are going here, getting stuck on the long shot and stuff. Then the rest of them pass to the town hall. RC goes to herself to the rage compartment, gets completely cooked. Then we get another dragon split off, and the rest of them follow the king! So they follow the king into the middle of the base, and now they're in line with the sweeper, because they followed the king. Warden gets clapped. And then they just get trickled out by the rage compartment, and the sweeper's just bombing them. They can't get anywhere. And it's all up to the hero dive, which is obviously not designed to take out the whole base. And then we're just left with the queen, some healers, and a couple P.E.K.K.A.s, and they're just not getting through. So pretty tragic fail, all because of the deployment of the dragons. So that was my bad on that one. And then we just went 45, 44. That was my only fail of CWL, by the way. So then we kind of just cooked the rest, and then we dropped some stars on 3 kit on day 5, because these guys had a very similar lineup to us. Everyone else kind of had low town halls, but us, the Turkish lot that came second, and then 3 kit all had pretty similar lineups. So if you look at the Turkish lot, they dropped a lot of stars against 3 kit as well. They dropped 5. So if you look at them lot, they basically got 45s or 43s the whole time, and we got 44 to 45. So we were ahead the whole time, and we were stacking up small leads to the point where on day 6 we got 45, and they were on for 45. They got 42 against this clan, Los Bacanas, but they actually only did 14 attacks, so they weren't perfect. But they missed an attack, because they always attack late for some reason. So they missed an attack, only got 42, and if they did their last attack and tripled, they would have been only 9 stars behind, which is not enough, because you get 10 stars for a win, which means that it would have just come down to whoever wins on the last day takes it all. But because they didn't use their attack, they were down by 12 on the last day, which means that we could have technically lost the day 7 war by up to 2 stars, and we would have won still. If we lost by 2 stars, the stars would have been even, but I think we would have beat them on destruction. So if they beat us by 2 stars, we would have still won the whole thing, which means they had to win the last day by 3 stars, and we only dropped 2 stars against them, and they had a complete stinker. So yeah, we just cooked them. So let me show you some of my prime attacks that I did. So this was probably, you saw the fail already, it's probably the hardest attack I had of the week against this base. Fairly decent base, but it just got a pretty underleveled smasher at the top. So let me just show you in 2x speed how I cooked this guy. And then we'll show you the game at the end for the win. against the Turkish fighters. So I wanted the ricochet cannon down here with the rocket loons, but it didn't work. And then I double invis to get her to the revenge tower, but she gets stuck on the queen. And the invis is expired. But then randomly, when she's here, she just randomly turns it to the revenge tower. And I was like so gassed at this point, like, okay, I'll take that any day. So then we just haste vial through this, invis over the CC troops. I was hoping to get to the air sweeper, but we just about didn't. And then we recalled her with the Fox. Still good enough. We'll definitely take that. And then, yeah, we just went down in at the bottom, and then at the top, set a nice funnel. This was a much better dragon split than before, because we had a couple on the outside funneling, and pretty much the rest of them went inside. I think that storage might have caused me to lose a couple of them to that side. Yeah, 3 of them went that way, but all the rest of them just went to the middle, and there was just not enough firepower left on the base for the RC charge. So we do get the win on this one. Dragon Duke's still alive at the end, just cleaning up everything else. And that was probably the hardest attack I had to do of the week. And then let me show you the one for the win, because this one was actually kind of tough. Basically, yeah, we're going up against a double invis base, and your boy had to change his army for this one. I had to sub in that second ice block over the earthquake spell, because I had such a sick plan for this. I saw that there was such a nice line down the middle of defences, and if I just sniped the 2 air defences, which I did, my RC would go straight down the middle. So I managed to get like 3 single cycles with the invis spells because there was no damage around. And then the RC and the Fox just kept going. And then my plan was to take out this air sweeper here, and then invis these 2, and then she'll run straight into here. And it pretty much went just as planned. The only thing was I accidentally invised the air sweeper, and then I had to quickly just adjust and invis the wizard tower. Like that, yeah. So that all got invised. She pushes to the core, and then when the core goes off, we ice block. And you'll see what the second ice block is for. But obviously, you guys know I run an ice block in my army just for invis cores for my RC charge. But this one I had to sub in too, because I had a really good plan for the second part. So obviously the ice block wears out, then we haste vial and use the rest of the invis spells to take out this compartment. And we just about get all of it. So that was our last invis spell. We're on the multi now. We're just going to wait for it to die. And then we managed to get the Fox and the recall as well. So very good RC charge. Then we just put our stuff up there. And look at the plan to take out this compartment. So this is where the second ice block is going to come in. We're going to use a dragon and a baby dragon to funnel that side. Baby dragon to funnel this side. The rest of the dragons come in. And then once they take out... Baby dragon's got the bomb tower up top. And then once they take out this bomb tower at the bottom, they all go into the middle. Drop the RC as well. Invis goes off. Ice block literally everything there. Just wait for the invis to wear out. Okay, everything's visible again. Ice block on ice blocks. And then one ability through that whole core. And it is cooked. That was literally exactly the plan. Completely smoked this guy. I even had some terrible AI on the healers. And they just followed this one Valkyrie instead of like literally everything else here. But it didn't matter. The overkill on this base was crazy. Because it went like exactly to plan. And we've literally got the RC and the Fox still alive at the end. So that's how we smoked that guy on day 7. And yeah, pretty much everyone else just unsmoked everyone. And that's how we're going to get promoted to Masters League. So next month we'll probably see like a Masters League video recap. And that's going to be the final scores. GG's to the Turkish lot. And yeah, man, I'll see you in the next video.